competed in Ultimate X for the X Division Championship recently at TNA Emergence, but earlier on this week, Hammerstone appeared on NXT. Hammerstone had been paid off by NXT's Tony D'Angelo to try and take out the NXT North American champion, Oba Femi. Hammerstone brought quite the fight, and tonight he's gonna have to do the same against Maclin. Just the beginning of our action this evening. Still to come tonight, we will see a tornado match where the reigning TNA World Tag Team Champions, the ABC, will face First Class AJ Francis and KC Navarro. Plus, we are gonna hear from Joe Hendry before his matchup with Josh Alexander tomorrow night at Victory Road. And in our main event, Matt and Jeff Hardy face Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards of the System before Edwards and Myers challenge the ABC for the tag titles at Victory Road.
Now Maclin, you're having a chance to brutalize Hammerstone, not something you can say very often.
Now Hammerstone trying to pick up the pace here against Maclin. Maclin, who went to war with Eric Young at Emergence, managed to secure the victory and in the process earn the respect of Eric Young.
Look, Tom, I'll ask you. I don't ask you a lot of questions because I'm often afraid of the answers, but what did you think about Steve Maclin coming out to the aid of Eric Young? Something I don't think we've seen very often from someone like Maclin.
Short-range clothesline, here's the cover and the kick out.
Nobody hates Steve Maclin more than you.
I was surprised because Steve Maclin has built up this reputation as someone that you can't really trust in this company. How many tag team partners has he turned his back on in the past? How many alliances have we seen that have blown up? But the fact that Steve Maclin came out on his own accord to protect Eric Young from Jake Something last week, that spoke volumes. What did you think?
I mean, to your point, Macklin's kind of always carried himself ultimately as a bit of an army of one, if you will.
Uh-oh. Oh, a huge spine buster by Hammerstone.
And to your point, it wasn't like some obligational repaying a favor, nothing like that. In fact, it was Eric Young who was the one who went public and said he would back up Maclin if he needed it. Ultimately, Maclin was the first one to back up Eric Young.
I'm very curious to see how Steve Maclin's left shoulder holds up in this matchup. You can see that kinesio tape on the left shoulder. Hammerstone is as bruising as they come. That scud that Maclin went for on Young at Emergence, we thought he dislocated his left shoulder, and somehow he gutted his way through it and got the win against Eric Young.
Oh, we both know Steve Maclin pretty well. Even if his shoulder was out of his socket, number one, he wouldn't tell you. And number two, he would keep going.
And look at the way Hammerstone is applying the offense here. He's holding on to that left arm, making it more and more painful for that shoulder joint.
Well, that's the one thing.
Cover off the belly to back suplex and a kick out.
That's the one thing I was saying.
Arm in the
here we
face,
go.
kick out.
As athletes, as wrestlers, we wear that kinesio tape sometime to help nurse an injury, but unfortunately, the issue with it is it makes a target even more so than was probably already there. If you watched Emergence, Hammerstone is focused in on that arm.
Oh my God. Really doing damage to the core of Maclin throughout this matchup.
Spine, the lumbar, now the ribs and the intercostals, the shoulder there too. The right shoulder this time, also the left shoulder is locked up there a little bit. All of Macklin's upper half is twisted and bent.
Maclin, these elbow shots right to the knee of Hammerstone, trying to break his stance. Oh my God, and dumping Maclin.
That is the strength of Hammerstone, just deadlifting Maclin from his feet, dumping him on his head.
That pump handle set up, and now calling for the torture rack, which he's earned submissions with in the past from the likes of Eric Young. Up onto the shoulders, Maclin felt it coming.
Ooh. Maclin never more than a few seconds away from just throwing an errant fist if he can, throwing an elbow, throwing a forearm, whatever he can do to stay in this one.
Now Maclin sent off the ropes. Oh, and able to drop Hammerstone on his back. And this is the window of opportunity Steve Maclin needed here in this fight. Back Neckbreaker by Maclin. Driving the 275-pounder into his knee.
That's a huge opening for Maclin.
Now Maclin, oh, big target on the back of Hammerstone, and Maclin is pulverizing Hammerstone.
And that's where Maclin comes alive, if he could just keep his foot on the gas. And now, lining up Hammerstone.
And Hammerstone gets caught in the crosshairs. Cover. Hammerstone able to stay alive.
But Maclin has found himself a rare window of opportunity in this matchup against a bigger, stronger opponent. Will Maclin's tenacity win out here?
And Maclin was trying to hook Hammerstone there for the KIA, trying to put away this match. And Hammerstone with a power slam.
Hammerstone all fired up here.
Hammerstone took a swipe at Maclin, and both men go out to the outside.
Look at this, Maclin back in the ring, picking up speed.
Oh, and Maclin going for the scud on Hammerstone, much like he did against Eric Young at Emergence.
And look at that, immediately dumps Hammerstone back into the ring.
Maclin is going up top, and Hammerstone chases him down.
Now, what is going through the mind of the beast that is Hammerstone, all the way up here on the top rope?
On Hammerstone with an overhead belly-to-belly off of the top.
That took a lot out of Hammerstone too, but Maclin just tossed across the ring there.
A colossal fall for Maclin. Both men feeling the effects and trying to get back up to their feet. Oh, Maclin went for that Psycho knee. Oh, and a single leg drop kick by Hammerstone.
Now, once again, Hammerstone looking to put it away here.
Think about the nightmare pendulum. Maclin able to slide down the back. Here's the cover, shoulders down, and Maclin's beating Hammerstone.
Here is your winner, Steve Maclin.
And once again, Maclin, just like you did with Eric Young, when it looked like it was all over, manages to find a way to win.
Oh! And Hammerstone attacking Maclin from behind after the matchup.
And now here's the torture rack. This is what Hammerstone wanted before.
Wait a minute, back here, screen, there's Eric Young. Eric Young
out.
into the ring, going after Hammerstone and backing up Maclin.
Making good on his word. But wait, whoa, wait a second.
God. There is Jake Something. Common enemies for Jake Something and Hammerstone in Steve Maclin and Eric Young.